Hey, welcome to this reading class. So in this class, we're going to talk about the world, but not a normal world. It's a micro world. So in a micro world, we can see there are a lot of microorganisms. There are a lot of micro creatures that we're unable to see with our naked eyes. Usually, we use some technology and technical, methods such as a microscope. So here are some pictures of those microorganisms and micro creatures existing on the Earth. As what we can see, they could be different shapes. They has different color. So sometimes they could be pink. Sometimes they could be transparent. Sometimes they could be another color, and then it could be little balls or like little worms shape. And as what we can clearly see. So I'm gonna have you guys to watch a video about the micro world, and then when you're watching the video, make sure that you're thinking about what other micro creature and microorganism that you ever know about. All right. So here's the video.
Braden has amazed me. He's so
So as what we can see in this video, there is very amazing world under the microscope, and then we can see the multiple stuff that we may never seen before. So I want you guys to have a little brainstorm and to discuss this question with your partner in the group. Think about what other microorganism or micro creature you have never known about. And I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes to have a to have a conversation with the partner, okay? Okay, so time's up. About this question, that what other microorganism or microcreature you ever know about? Yeah, so actually, such as bacteria or germ or fungus. So as when I was a child, that my mom always tell me, make sure that you clean up the fruits that you're gonna eat before you actually eat it, because there may be some bacteria on it. If you eat it with bacteria, that probably gonna make you sick. And then or germs, it's something that usually existing on a small creature in the animals, and then when the animal has it or get infected by it, they may also have some symptom and it has some sickness too. And we're fungus and algae. Algae is actually something that we can eat, but for those toxic algae, you're definitely not gonna eat it, because that may cause your death in some severe circumstance. So anyway, coronavirus is also another good example, and it affect us respiratory organ, and then make us sick too. So it's also a microorganism. So what we're gonna talk about today is one of these kind of microorganism. Is the largest bacteria on the earth. So before I have you guys read this article again, I'm gonna have a little matching game with your guys. There are 4 vocabularies and 4 images. I want each of you guys to pick up one vocabulary and match it with the corresponding image. Abdullah, so go with the first Thyromargaria magnifica. Which picture you think it is connected? Great. The second one. So the second picture, B, image B, is actually Thyromargaria magnifica. That's what it looks like. Okay, so how do you want to go with the second vocabulary? Mangrove. Image D, great. So mangrove is a kind of the tree that usually grow up in the salty water swamp or marsh that close to the coast, and then it has the roots on the ground. But if it grows up by the edge of the river or the ground, you can also see half of its root on the ground and half of its root under the water. Okay, so Fan, you want to go with the number 4, since the number 3 is pretty obvious. So the number 4, vacuum. Great. Vacuum is actually the image A. We can see it's a single cell and it has a little space. This space, what we call it as vacuum. The vacuum is actually a compartment within this bacteria's Thyromargaria magnifica. It allows some certain activity for its growth. That's just a guess from the scientists, so the further study is still needed to confirm its validity. So microbiologists, as what we can see, these scientists, they look through the microscope and trying to figure out what that little creature look like and the microorganism look like. So there are scientists who use a microscope to study about the microbiology. After the vocabulary part, I'm gonna have you guys read through this article again. I know you guys have already read it before the class, but here I have you guys 4 comprehension questions you guys to do after this quick reading. So question 1, it asks, where does biologists find the Thyromargaria magnifica at? Option A, desert. Option B, marsh. Option C, sea. Option D, shrub. Question 2, where does mangrove grow at? Option A, C, ocean. B, river. C, beach. And D, swamp. Option 3, what is the use of vacuum on Thyromargaria magnifica? A, enables bacteria to breathe and store energy for future use. B, it separates one cell from another cell in the bacteria by a barrier. C, it has bacteria to develop certain activity for its growth. D, it is an indispensable component for cycling nutrients within one single cell, so that the bacteria doesn't have to use the entire cell in order to grow. Question 4. How long is a large-sized bacteria in nature usually? So with that being said, the large-sized bacteria mean Thylaeomagria magnifica. How long is it? A, an inch, B, half an inch, C, third of an inch, D, 2 inches. Question 5, the last question. What organizational structure that this article is written under? A, sequence order, D, description order, C, cause and effect, D, compare and contrast. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys 5 minutes to read through this article and find the correct answer for this question. Okay, so time's up. For the first question, where does a biologist find the Thylaeomagria magnifica at? Abdullah? Great. It should be B, because the article talks about the Thylaeomagria magnifica grow up by the coast in some salty water. So within those questions, it could only be marsh. So the question 2, Holly, where does mangrove grow? Correct. It grew actually in the same area as the Thylaeomagria magnifica, since this bacteria found on the mangrove. So answer is D, swamp. So third question, what is the used vacuum on Thylaeomagria magnifica? Fan? Great. So option C is the correct answer, because this vacuum actually is a compartment on this bacteria. It allows the bacteria to develop certain activity for its growth. As what we can see at the end of the article, it say it may be aimed to develop the size of this bacteria. So with that being said, we can guess that this space could be used as, you know, somewhere for the size growth for this bacteria. So option C is the correct answer. Question 4, how long is the large-sized bacteria in nature usually? Yes, the correct answer is C, third of an inch, because in the article it says that this bacteria is about 0.9 centimeters long, so which means about third of an inch. It says right here, the length is a third of an inch, 0.9 centimeters. So we gotta choose answer C. Question 5, what organization structure does this article is written under? Correct answer is multiple choice question. Correct answer is description. And yes, because this article is only talking about the bacteria itself, even though it talks about that it's the largest bacteria in the world, but it doesn't really contrast this bacteria with other bacteria on the earth. And also there's no cause effect, there's no sequence. It talks about what time it's being found, what time it's being studied, but it doesn't really give us a timeline, so we cannot know the order of all this accident, of this stuff. So there's nothing to do with the sequence. So the final answer for this question is description. So the assignment for the class, I want you guys to compose a writing talking about your own experience with microorganism or microcreature and how it's connected with our world and how it affects your daily lives. The writing is low stake, and please make sure your writing is between 400 to 600 words. It's due by Saturday night, 12 a.m. Submit in the discussion board on Blackboard. Please make sure you submit in the Blackboard discussion board on Blackboard by Sunday night, 12 a.m. I'll see you guys next time.